Welcome to Moments for Moms. I'm your host, Ashley McLean, and I'm so excited that you have joined me today. This show is a part of the Amplify Podcast Network, where ideas echo and voices resonate. So, if you're anything like me, moments are something that as moms, we don't get many of. My hope is that you can walk away from each episode encouraged, inspired, and recharged to continue on this amazing and sometimes exhausting journey we're on together called motherhood. So consider this your invitation to grab a cup of coffee or tea and take this moment just for you. I'm so excited that you're here and you're joining us. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this.
Honored to be here.
Yay. Okay. So I would love for our viewers, tell us a little bit about your family, yourself, where you live, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. I have 3 kids. The oldest will be 15 soon, a girl. And then the middle kid, she'll be 13 very soon, also a girl. And I have a little boy who is 6. And my husband, Kyle, and I have been married for, I think almost 19 years. Do the math, 2004 to now. So yeah, I think almost 19 years. And we live in the middle of Nebraska. So I grew up here. I have all my family here. It's been through many, many generations of our family.
That's awesome. Oh, so I've never been to Nebraska.
Well, come on over.
I know. I need to visit it. So I love that you said your family there, because my family, I was born in Ohio, but I was raised in Florida. And so once we had Charlie, our 2-year-old, my parents, they're separated. So they moved up at separate times, but they both moved up here. And it's just, there's so much to be said for having family nearby. They help us. The only problem that I see is that it's kind of like once you have kids, like my dad and I were so close, and now he's like, well, where's Charlie? Where's Charlie? I'm like, you love me so much.
Want to hang out with the kids. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
You kind of like just get pushed to the side when grandbabies come.
Right.
And I wasn't ready for all of that.
Yeah, I have 3 older sisters, and I'm the youngest, and they all have kids, and they're all within an hour of me. And then my husband's family is all within 2 hours. So, and he has an older brother, and they have kids. So yeah, it really is, and was very important to us to have our family around as our kids grow up.
Yeah, my husband was born and raised here, so his family is here. So we have a lot of grandparents, and Charlie gets to spend all the time with them, and it's wonderful.
With them, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So I would love to just start talking about Her View from Home, kind of let you tell everybody what that's about. I'm so interested, like, how in the world, how did you start that? Just tell me the story behind that.
Okay. So this, I could be very long-winded with this. So please feel free to cut me off at any point, because it's like, oh, where should I start? So Her View from Home is actually 11 years old. And it started, I think even before then, really, because I'm this broadcast journalism girl. So I spent 7 years in TV, and I was a morning anchor and weekend anchor and a reporter. And then I started a local talk show. And I actually, on paper, the job looked amazing. I was finally, when we were doing this talk show that we started, it was incredible hours for TV. It was like 6 a.m, and I left at 1. And that was way better than, weekends or going into work at 1 a.m., which I had been doing when I was the morning anchor, right? So, and on paper, it looked great, good hours. I loved it. We got to talk to like 5 to 10 people an hour. They'd come in, we'd chat, they'd leave. I mean, it was really great. And my girls were little. They were, I think, 2 and 6 months at the time. And I call it God whispers a lot. I'm like, I felt like there was something more I was supposed to be doing, and it didn't make sense to me. In hindsight, now you can see, but I really didn't understand it. And I was like, I think I need to find something else. And I actually got a call on my work phones back in the day. I always say, when you actually had to leave messages on actual phones that were on the desk. And it was a call from a woman who I had met through my time at TV. And I kind of knew her, but not well. She worked for our local chamber of commerce. And she said, Leslie, give me a call when you get off the show today. I have something I want to talk to you about. And I specifically remember saying, wouldn't that be cool if she had a job for me? Not knowing that she had any job, no openings, anything. I called her that day after the show, and she offered me a job. She had a job opening, and she didn't really want to promote it. She wanted to offer it to me. And this is one of those moments where it's like, what is this TV girl, this broadcast journalism girl doing going into this business world, the Chamber of Commerce? But I just jumped at the opportunity. I thought, well, maybe this is it. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I left TV. And that first day at the Chamber, I just sobbed. I went home for lunch break and I didn't even know how to do a Google spreadsheet, Excel sheet. I didn't know how to do any of that. And I specifically remember looking in the mirror. I was like, what did I do, God? Did I totally mess this up? And, time went on and then I learned the ropes a little more and I learned about the business world and how the business things work. And I absolutely loved that. I loved, really and thrived off of meeting business, members of the business community and how they made everything run. But then I missed that creative journalism side too. And that's when I started Her View from Home. And so it's so interesting to me how I can look back at it and know that there's no way I would have known how to start a business had I not had that business experience going through. Right. So it's really kind of cool how the two meshed together. Yeah. And I could go into so many details on that, but that's kind of the start of it. And when I started Her View from Home, it really was this place for community. It was very similar to the talk show that I had started as well. It was going to be at first talking about the best of Nebraska people and places. And then, the internet is big and it ended up being something much greater and much bigger than we could have ever dreamed.
No, that's so awesome. I have enjoyed it so much.
Thank you.
Yes, I've read so many of the articles and the blogs and all of the posts. And I was looking through the website. I love that you have so many different categories on there. I saw something on there for grief and something for marriage. It's kind of like there's something for everybody, for every woman on there. And I really love that. It's not just singled out,
right.
And
right.
I love that. You guys have such great content on there.
Incredible writers. It's interesting too, how that started, because it really was, we started with 10 of my friends who wrote.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, one was talking about her faith, one talked about her marriage, one talked about a really hardship, a grief. And that's really how the themes kind of started, was from their original stories. And then from there, we branched out to those more specific categories. So yeah, it really is motherhood, marriage, faith, relationships, and grief that women share. They're vulnerable, true, beautiful, funny, heartfelt content. And these women are from across the globe, which is really cool.
Yeah. We were talking to a writer who writes for you, Debbie Prather, earlier today, and she's so lovely. I just enjoyed her so much. And that's something she was talking about, how she obeyed God. We were talking about her adoption story, and just like you, she said at the end, what blessing would she have missed out on if she wouldn't have followed God's leading, even though she was afraid. And just like you, stepping away from completely everything that you knew, what you went to school for, right. Probably also people are well, you went to school for, you did this, you did, what are you doing?
Right. Oh,
but just to step out and follow the Lord, and the same thing, what blessing would you have missed out on, this incredible, and also me, all of these women who are receiving, gaining from that blessing. I look forward to those posts daily, and I check it all of the time. And I was so thankful to find it. So tell our people, how can they connect with Her View from Home?
Yeah. So Her View is everywhere now. So Facebook and Instagram and a newsletter and all those good things. So, and then, we can't publish every piece that we get in, but we do encourage women to send in a piece if they want to share something. And I do know our editors read every single one, and they will respond to you whether it's being published or not. And actually, one of our editors, she's so incredible. She's the one who has to send out the rejection letters too. And she sits and prays over every single one before she sends them. I'm like, how? It's just,
what a blessing.
It's such an incredible community. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I'm excited to have connected with it and just get to talk to you here. We're going to take a little break for a moment, but we'll be right back. We're going to talk about the book and all of the other things. Thank you again so much for being here, Leslie. I'm so excited that you're here. And we've been talking about Her View from Home, which is an incredible ministry that you left journalism and broadcasting, which, you know, you trained to do and you love doing because you really felt that's where God was leading you to do. So I want to, go ahead.
No, go for it. Go.
Yeah. I want to make sure that we talk about this.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Oh. So God Made a Mother. What a beautiful title. What a beautiful book. Tell me all about this, because I have a hard copy and a Kindle copy, and I also have one to give away as a gift. So obviously I'm a big fan.
Yeah. Okay. Let's dive in. I talk a lot about God whispers in our story, and we've always known that we've wanted to write a book. Like for years, I wanted to write a book, but we didn't have the title. I didn't know what it was. I knew the title wasn't Her View from Home. And I'm very much like listening to those, you know, the goosebump moments, whatever it is. That's to me like Holy Spirit talking to me. So I'm in the bathtub and it's April of 2020. So, you know, it's 2020, like just early on. And it's interesting because I feel like that's actually when everything got really quiet. You know, it was like, okay, you're focused. Everything else is done, you know, shutting down, whatever. And so I'm in the tub and I just thought, oh, so God Made a Mother. That is such a good title for a book, because we have articles on our website that we've published for years. Actually, one of the first ones was God Gave Me Sons, and it went nuts. I mean, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of views by now. And so then we were publishing other content of God Made a Grandma, God Made a Boy Mom, and all these articles would do so well. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is such a good title for the book. That's the book. And I got out of the tub that day and told the team, and they were all like, dang it. That's such a good title. So only dang it, because we were so tired. It's like the first month of COVID, we're like, man, but we knew like this was it. And we went and we found agents fairly quickly, and they loved it. And then the publishers loved it. And that's really how it got kicked off. I want to say, though, it's super important for me when I tell this story, because it feels like, it was so amazing that you had this idea. Like, again, Her View from Home is 11 years old. So it really was a lot of work leading up to that, you know, before we had the book going. But we knew we wanted to open it up just to the Her View from Home writing community at first, for this first one. And so we received over 500 submissions for the book and had to narrow it down to about 100. And I think there's like 89 of us in here. And each chapter is broken up into characteristics of a mother. So God made a mother tender. So God made a mother proud, strong, faithful, etc. And I lead the reader through each chapter. So I write the first piece, and then there's several articles after each section written by our Her View from Home contributors, brand new content. And it is heartfelt, emotional, real, raw, vulnerable stories that these women share. Some funny, some really hard. And it was important to us that every piece was relatable to any mother, even if you don't have old kids, even if your kids are all grown, whatever it is, we wanted every mother to be able to relate to the stories throughout the book.
Yeah. And so something that I love, because I'm in a season with a 2-year-old. So I work full time. I don't have a ton of time. My time with God has drastically changed in this season. Like Charlie doesn't sleep very well. So even if I try and get up before him, it's like he hears me and he just wants to be a part of the party. So like that like quiet morning cup of coffee, like it's just
doesn't happen.
Yeah. What I love so much about this is that you're saying chapter, but then in each chapter, the readings are so short and easy and engaging. Like I can always fit this in to my day, always, because it's really short. And so I think this is good for any mother. For me, all I know is being a mom of a toddler. I could say it's specifically good for that because of how much time we don't have, you know? I love that so much. And all of the writers are absolutely incredible.
Aren't they great? And they talk about, you know, we talk often about how the stories that they're sharing and the lives that they're changing just by being vulnerable and being themselves. Like they'll never be able to know that, but it's just incredible work what they're doing just by sharing their story.
Yes. And so some of the things that I've read so far are are things that are, like you said, like there's some ones that deal with grief, and it, like, some of them I haven't necessarily walked through yet, but I know I'm going to. So that's something else I've kind of appreciated about it, is that it really is for all ages, areas of life. Like it's kind of like one of those things where, you know, I could probably go back to this because this is some of these things are going to happen. Like these things are inevitable in everybody's life. Like death happens, like our parents are going to pass. I mean, some people lose a child. Even like to take this book to minister to a friend, just, you know, in those hard moments, this can give words to that. And I love that about it. It just, it meets so many needs.
Thank you for saying that too. I think the world we've kind of lost our ability to sit with someone else, even if they don't look or think like us. And that's really the goal of the book, was to have, even if you've never gone through that situation, and, you know, maybe hopefully on some of the hard pieces, you never will, but even if you never go through those, you can read that person's perspective and just be like, okay, I don't understand it, but I see you, I'm here with you in this. And I can sit with you. You know, that's kind of I feel like we've lost that because we're all so angry at each other. And you don't get that in this book. You don't get that in Her View. You know, it's just a chance to hear someone else's story and try to understand where they're coming from. And then you hope people can do the same thing for you.
Absolutely. And I think something that sets us apart, because I am a part of like just different like mom groups. Once I found out I was pregnant, I'm like, okay, like, how do I do this? You know, just like Googling this stuff and trying to find connection. And what I love about this is that it is like her view. So it's accepted. Do you know what I mean? Like, where in a lot of the groups, like I remember, you know, I didn't breastfeed. I bottle fed, and I knew I wanted to do that. The second I got pregnant, I had no desire to breastfeed. And also I wasn't able to. Nobody knew that, but asking certain questions, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a terrible mother. And obviously I'm doing this very wrong, but they don't understand that even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Like, you know what I mean? So there's so much on there, so much like comparison and mom shaming, and we're all just trying to do the very best we can. There's no manual. Like, I still don't understand how they just send you home with this tiny human. You know, so
I'm there now with these teens. I'm like, what am I doing? I need this community. I need these women. I need this book. I need more support than ever, because I don't have a clue. And I don't love the self-help books. I don't find a lot of information from that. I need your story. I need somebody who's walked through it before. And then I can be like, oh, okay, I'm not alone in this. Like, this is just really hard. We are all doing this together, and no one's doing it perfectly. And if they try to tell you that by using some filter on social media, they're not being truthful, because we're all just kind of winging it.
100% every day. I mean, this morning I'm trying to like prepare for this, but I'm also Googling like overnight diapers, because I'm changing like pee sheets every day, and I'm just over it. Like, we're just trying to figure it out. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I've never done this before. So I just love that. I love you. I always feel supported. I always feel encouraged. It always leaves me feeling better about myself as a mom, not like a failure, even if like I might have messed up that next day. So we only have a minute left. I would love I know it goes so fast. So any last thing you want to leave, any tips, how to get the book, anything like that you want to leave our viewers?
You know, I think for the longest time, I thought there was something more that I had to be doing. I thought, Her View from Home, like, what am I doing? What is the book? All that. And I just really think that what we're doing and what all these women are doing, are sharing their stories, is that they are helping others feel less alone. And it really can be that simple. And so we encourage people, whatever you're doing in your life, like, maybe you'll never write your story, but tell your story to someone else. And then hopefully they'll do the same for you. And just the lives that you can be changing and affecting by doing that is it's huge. You'll never know how many women that you're helping just by sharing your story. That's it. You know, I think that's the good stuff in life.
Yes, I totally agree. I can't thank you enough for taking this time out and being with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.